So, let me ask you, will you keep burning out, or will you start burning bright? The decision is yours, and so is the repercussion of whatever you decide. I am sure you will make the right choice. Remember, rest will not steal anything from you. It will not make you less productive or relevant. Rather, rest will increase your productivity, your vitality, your creativity, and your impact. Intentional rest is a powerful weapon for today's wave makers, professionals, and leaders. Drop a comment below. What's one intentional way you're going to rest this week? And if this video resonated with you, hit like. Share it with someone who needs the reminder, and subscribe for more content designed to help you live with faith, resilience, and balance. Keep this in mind, you don't need permission to rest. You need intention.